manage change in an organization? We've all heard the phrase change management, but how do you actually do it? Well, I've got 4 tried and true steps to help you get on the path towards successfully managing change in your organization. Let's get it. The ability to manage change is becoming increasingly important as the pace of change continues to just get more and more rapid across seemingly every industry vertical. But how do you do it successfully? Making the change reality sustainable while keeping the organization and all your employees engaged and motivated moving through it. By the end of this video, you'll be able to state exactly what it means to manage change and the 4 steps to set you up for success in managing change. So what does it mean to manage change? I just want to start us out here because it's different from influencing or inspiring change. To me, managing change is about making the right structure. It's about having the right processes, the right roles and responsibilities. It's like if change is a journey requiring some type of a vehicle, change management creates that vehicle. It's the wheels, it's the engine, it's the right doors, the seats. It's that structure that's actually going to move you through the journey. That's what change management is all about. It's the blocking and tackling of change. The first step is you need to define success. What will it mean once your organization or your team has successfully achieved the change that you're targeting? What will the team be doing? How will the behaviors have changed? What will the metrics be? Define what success means. Make that crystal clear and communicate that out so that your team, the organization, understands we'll reach success because these things will be true. The second step to ensuring that you have a really robust change management process or procedure is understanding how you're going to measure or track your success metrics. Now, this can be a myriad of different tools that you can use. There are different systems, different platforms that you can do to quantify each one of your success metrics, but somehow find a way to measure that success so that as you're moving through it, you can create progress reports. You can actually share, here's the road that we've traveled and getting to where we want to be. It's so important to be able to quantify that. So I'll give you a very simple example. I was working in an organization that was fairly newly formed, and we wanted to increase the amount of new hires we were bringing into the organization to really address the key deliverables. And so we had a very clear understanding of how many new hires we needed to have within a given quarter. That was our quantified success metric. We needed 8 new hires within 3 months. And so at month 1, we were able to track how many we had brought in. And so that's what I mean by making sure there's some quantifiable measure so that you can track the progress of moving through your change journey. Step 3, define who's going to be responsible and accountable for making the change happen. Now, I just want to break down for you what I mean when I break out responsibility and accountability. Responsibility relates to who's responsible for actually moving through the change, who's responsible for actually going out, executing, doing the things that need to happen to make the change a reality. Now that differs from accountability because you see, responsibility can be shared. It can be shared across teams, it can be shared across functions, but accountability, as best as you can, have that focused on 1 or 2 individuals or very clear teams or organizations. Those are the ones that in retrospect, after the change has, you've moved through the change journey, they're the ones accountable for ensuring that that change has been successful. Now, there's something that's very important as you think about moving through a change successfully and your change management endeavors. Not only do you want to have accountability lie on the shoulders of those responsible for making the change happen, so your change management owners or your change leaders, but also those leaders of the functions that are responsible for supporting the change initiative. If they know they're going to be held accountable for the success of the change, then they're going to make sure you have all the support that you need to make that change a reality. So think about not only responsibility, who am I going to charge to go off and do these efforts, execute it, but also who am I going to hold accountable to make sure this change is a success. You have to consider both in your change management journey. By the way, if you're digging this content, I'd love to hear from you. Comment below. Let me know if you've recently managed a change or maybe you're embarking upon a change management endeavor. Comment below, share your thoughts. Love to hear from you. All right, let's get back into it. Step 4, Create and align your communication strategy. Now, as you think about communicating out updates, progress, messaging, it's important that you think about how you're managing that within your internal team. So the team actually responsible for making the change happen. It's your change leaders throughout the organization. But also think about how are you communicating out to the entirety of the organization, as well as up the leadership chain. Your internal comm strategy should include progress checks, fielding for any help requests, the timeline, key milestones, as well as those success criteria. Your external comm strategy out to the entire organization or up to your senior leadership likely include things like escalated help requests, risks that the program is experiencing, the help that you need from them to mitigate those risks, as well as progress. Here's where we're tracking against our milestones, here's what's yet to be achieved, and maybe any changes that have happened within the timeline. Those need to be a central part of your comm strategy out to senior leadership as well as out to the rest of the organization. There are so many other considerations as you think about managing change and getting through change. Not only do you need to have the right change management structure, but you also need to make sure that your leaders within the organization are exemplifying the most effective qualities. If you're curious about what those qualities are, please check out this video. What leadership style is best for change management? I want to make sure you have the tools, the data, and the research to ensure your successful growth through even your greatest change challenges. I'm Cassandra Worthy, and until we meet again, keep growing and keep rocking.